guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm filming my concealer and color corrector declutter. I have too many. It's a theme for my declutter series. It needs to fit in this. So we're gonna get into this. I'm joining you today in my comfy clothes. It's a weekday. It's a work day. Normally I would be working and not filming right now, but I've taken some vacation time. Oh, I have an assistant. Would you like to say hi? This is my assistant. This is Libby. She just finished her breakfast. So yeah, normally I'd be at work, but I'm taking some vacation time where I am, where I live. This is a holiday weekend, and today I'm filming, it's a Friday. So this coming Monday is a day off work, and I've taken like 3 days off work. So this has been an absolute delight. I'm here by myself. Kids are at school, husband's at work. So I'm going on a filming extravaganza today. So bear with me as you see my Goodwill shirt, probably in a variety of videos, but let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I have pretty significantly dark under eye circles. So concealer is kind of, it's always been, gosh, for such a long time, one of the foundational steps in my makeup routine. And for years and years, I would not leave the house without wearing concealer. I've tried literally, I'm gonna say hundreds. Do you hear my dog barking? Hear my other dog barking? Yeah, I'm gonna say I've tried literally hundreds of concealers, and you know, most of them don't work for me because I have such intense under eye circles. So yeah, let's get into this and see what makes the cut. Right off, this one I'm gonna get rid of. This is the Joa Truly Yours Dark Circle Concealer. And this is a brand that you can find, I know at CVS, and I know they have their own website as well. And I had never heard of them before. It's a brand that's inspired by K-Beauty. They have, this one obviously has like that instant age rewind, one of these little kind of puff applicators, which I enjoy. This one is just, the coverage is just too light. If you're looking for a lighter coverage concealer, if you're someone who does not struggle with dark circles like I do, this could be one to give a shot to, but just for me, this did not do enough. It's in the shade Natural Ivory, so I'm going to pass this one on. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Color Corrector in the shade Peach, and I really like the, the contour and the highlighter that I got like this. I really enjoy those, but this one is just a little bit too liquidy for me. I need something that's a little bit on the thicker side. And I know it's just a color corrector, and I definitely went in over top with a concealer, but this just didn't do enough for me. So I'm going to pass this one along. Let's see which ones. A few of these I have not actually tried yet. These three, I think I have not opened. I think I've opened this one, yeah. So these are the LA Girl Pro Conceal concealers. These have kind of a cult following. They were, I think maybe like buy 3 get 1 free or something like that. And so I'd never tried these before. I bought a variety of shades. I believe this is the only one I have tried, and it's in the shade Peach Corrector. And I want to play around with this a little bit more, but the others I have are the shade Orange Corrector, Yellow Corrector, and then just the concealer in the shade Buff. So let's see. I think I don't need the Yellow Corrector. Honestly, I'm not sure why I bought that. I might end up getting rid of this one as well. They have an interesting, if you've never used these before, they have these little brush tip applicators that you squeeze out. They're not my favorite, but they're not the worst. My dog is begging me to go outside. One moment. All right, I'm back. Anyway, so it's not my favorite applicator, but there are definitely worse ones. So I've tried this one, I think, once or twice. And I feel like I want to use it a bit more to get an opinion. I really need to open this one. I think this one, honestly, is going to be a little bit light for me right now. So I might hold on to this and mess around with it as I lose a bit of my tan. You know, there's no reason for me to keep this. This is for someone with a deeper skin tone than me. It's not opened. I'm going to pass this orange one along, and then I'm just going to keep the peach and then the actual concealer shade in Buff. Okay, this one I'll do next. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Sand, and this is too dark for me. It's just too dark. I don't know what I was thinking buying this shade. I've used a good amount, you can see. But this is not a bad concealer. I like the hydrating one much better than I like the original, but I can't use this. It's too dark. This is a newer one to me. It's the Wet n Wild Mega Last Incognito concealer, and this is in the shade Light Beige. I really do enjoy this one. I just used it. I've used it a few times and I hadn't used it for a while, but I got it out again yesterday and used it, and I really enjoy this one. So I think I want to keep this one, and this is a great option. It's Wet n Wild is so accessible. You can buy it at most drugstores. Can you tell this is driving me nuts? Does this bother anyone else? And I think this was only like $3.99 or something, so very affordable. Good quality. It wasn't drying on me. It stayed put. I did put a small amount of powder on it, but nothing crazy. So if you have pretty deep under eye circles and you're looking for a budget option, this is definitely one I would suggest giving a try to. Can you tell I'm just talking while I'm trying to get this thing off to fill time? Oh, so much better. Okay, so keeping this one. Okay, this one's an old favorite. It's the IT Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer, and I have mine in the shade 13.5 Light Honey. This is like a cult classic. This is incredibly full coverage. Like, it's so thick. A tiny dot goes a long way. The only issue I have with this one is it's really creamy, and so you have to set this with powder, which for me, I love when I'm able to leave a concealer unset. It just, you know, I think I'm 36 now. I realized in a video the other day I said I was turning 37. I'm 36, not 37. But adding a significant amount of powder to my under eyes, I think, just ages me a little bit. And one of the great things about this is that it's so emollient. So this is definitely one I want to keep, because when you really need full coverage, this one's great. It's just kind of the trade-off of having to add extra powder. So this is one I've been using a ton lately, and actually, like, for the first time in forever, I don't know if you can see, but I'm getting close to using this up, and I haven't had this for very long. I don't usually use concealers up. I mean, I've definitely used concealers up over the years, but as you can tell, I usually have so many. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. I really like this one. I don't have to set this, and it's just obviously a little mini size that I got at Ulta. I've been enjoying it, and like I said, I'm going to use this up, so I'm going to keep this one. This one I'm going to get rid of. I got this from Shop Miss A. It's the AOA Studio Liquid Concealer, and mine's in the shade Fair Ivory. This is just, it didn't do enough for me. Obviously, these are, like most Shop Miss A items, this was like $1 or $1.88. If you don't have significantly deep under eye circles, this might work for you, but for me, it just did not remotely come close to getting rid of my under eye circles. So I'm going to pass that one on. Let's see. This one, actually, the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium Honey. It's 27H. Surprisingly, I really enjoy this one. It needs to be mixed up a little bit more. I used the original Shape Tape for a while, I think, like lots of other people, and it was just, you know, it's so drying. But this one is quite nice. I like it a lot. The only issue I have with these, and I had the issue with the original Shape Tape as well, is that it gets everywhere. So I have to store mine, like, obviously I don't store it in this, but I have to store it like this on my counter, on my dresser rather. So it makes it difficult to, like, I have this makeup bag that I usually take and just do my makeup in the car, honestly, most days. And this makes it really difficult to be able to throw this in my makeup bag, because if it's sideways, it ends up like leaking out and then coming out the edge. So, and this is this messy with me having stored it upright. So that's the only downside to this, but otherwise, this is one I've really been enjoying. Okay. Let's see. This is a newer one to me. It's the NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer, and I got mine in the shade Vanilla. This is another one that has the puff applicator, which I don't mind. I have used this a couple of times, and I think I like it. This is one I'm kind of on the fence about. I want to use this a bit more before I make up my mind. And concealer is something that I genuinely, because I use it so frequently and I use so much of it, keeping more of them, I know I will use it. So I think I want to keep this one and play around with it more. This is not a new product. It's just one that I had not tried before. So I think I want to keep that one. This is another one that is not new, but is new to me. It's the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer, and I have mine in the shade Light Natural, and I like this one. It's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it's good enough that I will keep it and continue to use it. What do I have left? Okay. So these two I bought actually at TJ Maxx, and they're pretty different colors. This is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer, and I have mine in the shade 1.5C. Hold on. All right. Any rate, 1.5C. I'm checking to see. Yeah, there's not a name. It's just 1.5C. This one's a little bit cooler than some of my other concealers in undertone, but I like this one. It surprised me because I haven't really heard many people discuss this one on YouTube, and usually if there's a really good concealer, I feel like it gets a lot of hype. So I think I want to keep this one. All right, this is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Waterproof Full Coverage Concealer. Mine is in the shade Light Neutral. So this one's definitely got more of a yellow undertone. And I like this one as well. You can't really tell because of this packaging, but I've used a good bit of this one, so I'd like to keep that. And these are the two I have left. This is, I had this e.l.f. concealer that was way too dark, and so I went and tried to buy a lighter version. I got the shade Fair Beige, and this is too pink for me. I just kind of, like, this is a fine concealer, but I didn't love it enough to want to go out and then buy a third one. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. I have plenty that I have enjoyed using. And this is another one, this last one that surprised me because I have not really heard anyone talk about this. It's the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer. I have mine in the shade Light 15. And I really like this. It's slightly drier than some of my other ones, but it's not drying, if that makes sense. This one's definitely more yellow in undertone, this shade is, so it's a decent match for me. And this is another one that when I got it, I used it all the time, and then I think because I had so many concealers, it kind of just fell by the wayside and got lost in my collection. So I think I'd like to keep this one and play around with it some more. So that is the extent. These are the ones I'm keeping. I knew I would still have several. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 11 concealers that I'm keeping. And then I'm getting rid of 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So not bad. Got rid of close to half of what I had, and I think these will definitely fit in my little acrylic drawer now. Okay, they fit. Success. I knew, like I said, that I wasn't going to get rid of an incredible amount of concealer because I think, like blush, it's a product that I use on nearly a daily basis. It's one of my favorites, one of my go-tos. But I think having these things all interspersed that I wasn't going to use, that I didn't enjoy using, was cluttering up this little drawer. So that's the story, Morning Glory. Thanks for hanging out with me doing my concealer declutter. I think maybe next I'm gonna film my foundation, like tinted moisturizer declutter, because I have a lot of those and that's not a product I wear a ton. So I think I'm ready to clear some of those out. So stay tuned for that, you guys. I hope you're enjoying your day. The weather's finally beautiful here. It's not 10,000 degrees outside, so it's lovely outside. So I definitely want to spend some time outside today. Maybe take my dog for a walk. You heard them kind of going crazy throughout this video. I think they need to get some exercise out. So at any rate, thanks for hanging out, guys. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in my next video.